Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War. This is episode number 52 of our Let's Play series. We are playing as the Allies in this turn-based strategy game, and things aren't going great at all. It seemed like we might have had a little bit of momentum a couple of turns ago with things starting to turn around on our side, at least in the Pacific. And while we have landed and taken Okinawa, or sorry, not Okinawa, Iwo Jima well ahead schedule because we never went through the Solomons or New Guinea. We really just bypassed it, cut straight through the Central Pacific, and went straight for some of those key objectives like Guam, Tinian. While we have had successes there, and we did take Iwo Jima early, and we are also on the Philippine Islands early, and the Dutch East Indies have already, mostly with the exception of Borneo, been turned over into our hands. The war in Europe has gone disastrously bad. An early D-Day landing has been turned into a near rout, with the survivors pulling back to the Spanish-French border in the Pyrenees, setting up some defenses there, hopefully intending to hang on for as long as possible, while still diverting substantial German forces. Meanwhile, the Germans in Russia are fighting very well in this winter indeed. It is not nearly going as well as the previous winters for us. And that means that, as soon as the spring comes, I think Russia will fold like a wet blanket. Meanwhile, China is hanging on by the skin of its teeth, but the Japanese have overwhelming forces there, and so I fully expect to be driven back into India and overrun there as well. Our only real hope is that we can knock Japan out of the war by taking the home islands and maybe landing in Korea. But they're probably going to have so many troops still alive, they might not actually surrender. Still, if we take Tokyo and we lose the rest of the continent, maybe we can eke out like a draw or a minor victory or a minor defeat. My real goal at this point is just to avoid a major Axis victory, which would come if Russia and England fall and we don't do anything to counter that. So, yeah, that's the situation right now, guys. It's not super optimistic looking for me. This was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel from a couple of days ago, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to the gameplay from that stream, and I'll catch you guys at the end. One more turn here tonight, so we'll play into February of 44 and see what happens here. Greek partisans are disrupting supply of the Germans in Greece. Communist Party activity in China, damaging some infrastructure there. Axis raiders. British soldiers in the Cairo forces parliament call for nationalization of the UK economy. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Industrial technology level 2 for Japan, or for the UK, that's good. Anti-air level 3 for the US. Industrial technology level 2 for the US, so that should be good. That should give us more money for the Americans. We'll see here. Bordeaux falls back to the Germans. Japanese subs going after our carriers and battleships there. They don't actually do that much damage. More of a nuisance than anything. I'm confused. Why are these guys not linked up? That's weird. Miller Time 132, thanks for the follow. So it is February of 44. Our subs are going all over Kingdom Come. Strat bombing near Moscow. Germany has heavy bombers now, by the way. Shit. Long range. Those Japanese bombers in China have... Oh my god! How long range are they? Well, there go two warships, whittling down the Allied Navy, one warship at a time. My destroyers in the Pacific are all at the bottom of the ocean, Sean Mac. The few destroyers I have a fair number in the Atlantic, trying to deal with the German subs, although we kind of pulled them back recently. Because my anti-submarine warfare technology is so bad. Meanwhile, how many V weapons? I thought they go away when they use them. I thought they're like kamikazes. German cavalry there. The Prussians are on the move. King Tigers, so the Germans have developed... Well, actually, they're only level 4 tanks, I guess. A full-blown assault on the northwestern flank of Moscow, as well as the southern front near Moscow. The Germans are launching a winter offensive, by the looks of it. Okay. Apparently my troops can't do jack diddly. And they just liberated those. I was trying to cut off that heavy tank unit, but they just broke through. Germans are retaking terrain in France. Enemy cavalry, really? I'd love to just destroy them with my armor. I will happily give up entrenchment points to wipe them out. German subs off the northern coast of England. Or I guess technically, sorry, Britain. That's up near Scotland. Well, at least some of their units suffer attrition. Partisan activity. British Royal Marines attack shipping at Bordeaux. Okay. The channel's socked in with rain and fog. At least rain, anyway. So we lost the Arizona and the Canberra. Okay. That was not a great turn. None of these are great turns anymore. We could go for Tarawa, I guess. There's not much risk there. It's just way out of the way. Could probably also go for truck. Second U.S. mechanized are ready. All of the Indian troops there defend. Nice. So these Japanese tanks are so far out of supply that we just easily destroyed them. What's their strength, by the way? Their reports say they have 68 units, so they haven't built any new units in a couple of turns. You know, it might be a better use of my headquarters here is pulling it out of China and moving it south into the Dutch East Indies to support these guys. Because, or no, those are Malayan, UK, Malayan, so they're not actually Indian troops anyway. All right, let's try and... All right, I think sometimes they lose if they try and dive, but they have to cross a line of your ships. No? It doesn't even hurt him then? Oh my god, we got a hit on him. These Japanese sub-crews are just so good at diving. Our Jeep carriers are good against subs, though. Or at least not terrible. Alright, what's the supply situation look like here now? Alright. Can I bring more of these troops ashore? Yes. The only problem in the Philippines is there's not enough room for all the troops I'm cramming ashore. All right, so we've surrounded Manila now. So Manila is surrounded. Corregidor is already in our hands. God, I can't believe how long range their maritime bombers over there are. What? They don't have the ability to strike? Neither do these guys? I wonder if I have to move these guys like all the way back to the east. I don't know where they get their reinforcements for to be able to launch strikes again. I'm not sure. In any event, let's pull some of our shipping back. Is this still... yeah, that's still Japanese. Okay. We're going to pull our shipping back from the Japanese coast there where it's in range of their death stacks of aircraft. Same thing, we'll pull these guys back away from Okinawa back toward Guam. Meanwhile, my carriers are ready to move west. What's their national morale again? Oh, they jumped back up a little bit to 60 last turn. Probably because they sank those capital ships. Meanwhile, the new American unit is going to go to the Atlantic. Alright, so I'm going to attack here, and then I'm actually going to pull my armor back. So we're trying to pull this American army out, and it just finished off those German tanks, or German cavalry, sorry. Meanwhile, now I'm going to upgrade these guys. Reinforce these guys to full strength. Pull this artillery back into the mountains. Alright, so these guys can upgrade now. So since I've pulled back from the front lines, I can upgrade a lot of these units. I still don't get the supply situation here. Like, I need to pull further back into Spain, like back along this rail line here, but that kind of defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. Let's see here. So Burgos is level 8 because it's a supply center. Barcelona is level 8 because it's a supply center. So I can probably... oh no, because these guys don't string anything. I'm just wondering what's the best way to, like, string supply to the front. So next turn, these two will be 5. So, 8, 8. Why will this be 6? It's adjacent. Maybe if I move it along here next turn to Bilbao, then we can get 8. I'm just trying to figure out how to use headquarters to push supply a little bit further to the front. because I need to do better than this when they come knocking. Okay. We've moved British troops into Yugoslavia to try and, I don't know what we're going to do there. Something. That didn't work at all. Okay. That was kind of not what I meant to do. Got him! Well, we destroyed a German heavy tank unit. That counts as a victory in my book. Okay, these guys have only... Interesting. So I'm going to advance here. So the Germans have no rail supply. They have no supply into this pocket here. They have no way to get supply effectively in here. So that's very good for us. Maybe we can bag this pocket of troops or something. New units for the Soviets. We've got a new headquarters unit. We'll deploy it near Sverdlov. And we've got a new garrison unit that will deploy at Chelyabinsk in case they try and rush east to get along this railway line. Now, our supply line isn't great here either. We kind of divorced ourselves from that front. But with a new headquarters unit, that should help a little bit this out here. Also, the units here probably are out of supply as well. Now we have, like, air units guarding rail lines, so that's not a very good situation either. Okay, so for the Soviets... Let's purchase some cores. So we just purchased a bunch of new infantry corps that'll be arriving soon. The Americans, we already pulled back there, so the British have... Okay. Reinforcing our handful of American destroyers in the Atlantic. Gotta pray they don't land in London or England. You know what? There's no reason for our fleet to sit impotently out here in the Mediterranean. I don't really want to sit in the channel, because that would be asking for disaster. Whoa, our air wings got absolutely trashed for just a little bit of intel. Good God. Yeah, but it doesn't look like they're loading anything up on transports, so that's good. Okay. So the British need to research a little bit more industrial technology. Or is it production or industrial? They also need to research better aircraft and tanks. They're already working on level 5 tanks, though, so that's good. Command and control, armored warfare, amphibious warfare should be researched. Okay. And then for the Americans, 480 points. You know what we need to research is anti-submarine technology. Industrial technology apparently got up. So we'll bump another one into that. Okay, industrial is what the economy is, whereas production is just cost of units. Good to know. All right, well, that was not a very productive stream. I mean, we did take Iwo Jima. But other than that, not a great situation. We do have troops ashore in the Philippines. I think it's enough to take the Japanese out. I've got an Australian headquarter unit there. I've got a bunch of Australian units. I need to upgrade them or reinforce them or whatnot. Supply situation next turn, not great for that. I think for the Americans, I'll move north and take Upri and the northern coast of the Philippines. But I think we should be able to take the Philippines with the troops we have at our disposal. It might take a little while. Meanwhile, the Americans, I need to figure out what I need to do to get their shipping or their landing troops effective again. And then what I'm going to have to do is kind of have long-range transports sitting out here and then move in on Okinawa so that we get ashore before the enemy bombers come in. I mean, I do feel like we could land in the home islands at like Nagasaki and try to grind our way north. I'm not sure. But I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I do appreciate you guys coming out for another stream. I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Like, even these British troops down here, like, I don't have the appropriate headquarters set up. I mean, I need to take Brunei as well, and Tarkin would also be a good place to take. I don't have any long-range transports, though, for the Commonwealth troops. Am I researching that, by the way, amphibious warfare? I am. It's nowhere near getting to level 3, though. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Strategic Command World War II, World at War. The war is not going well for the Allies at all. The Philippines are looking a little bit better this turn than they were the last. We managed to get some substantial reserves in there and not get killed by kamikazes. We did lose a couple more warships in the Pacific, however, to enemy bombers off the Chinese coast. I'm hoping that maybe we can make a play for Okinawa and kind of line our long-range amphibious transports up outside the range of his land-based bombers in Asia, and then race in there and crush them before they have a chance to counter. That would be another national morale objective in our pocket, plus hopefully the 2 that by that point in time we'll take in the Philippines. But I don't know, guys. It's not looking pretty. With that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Again, the main objective for me is to avoid a major defeat. If we can eke out a minor defeat or a draw, I think that'll be a huge success with the way things are going. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in our following episodes. Always let me know if this is something you want to continue to see more of. I could certainly end the series. I'm not super optimistic of a victory, but you guys do seem to enjoy it. So, I still enjoy playing it. It's still very challenging. So let me know your thoughts below. As I think I've said that like 3 times already tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign out. So I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.